Akademician Bolotov is a renowned modern scientist who has been sharing recipes and methods of rejuvenation and health improvement with humanity for decades. On November 30, the scientist celebrates his 93rd birthday and continues to amaze everyone with his health and optimism. Today, we'll tell you a story about how a journalist wanted to interview Bolotov but ended up witnessing a vivid example of the healing effects of Bolotov's medicine. It was in 2020. Journalist Dolgopolov was already acquainted with Akademician Bolotov, and due to numerous requests from letters that came to the editorial office of the publication where he worked, he decided to interview him once again. The scientist scheduled a day and time, promising to share something interesting with the journalist. At the appointed time, Dolgopolov arrived at the academician's place and saw a smiling man in his 60s standing next to him. "Meet," said Akademician Bolotov. "This is Anatoly." It turns out the man was already 82 years old and a former patient of Boris Bolotov. 14 years ago, he experienced all the delights of old age. "I thought my time had come," Anatoly says. An ambulance literally stood by his entrance. Arrhythmia, high blood pressure, and, on top of that, elevated sugar levels. His head was constantly spinning. He had no strength, and there were spots before his eyes. Doctors shrugged and just repeated, "And what do you want?" "Age." Then his son took Anatoly to Boris Bolotov. "This is a miracle," exclaimed the journalist. "You don't look sick at all now." To his surprise, Akademician Bolotov frowned. "There's no miracle here, young man," he said sternly. "A person can be healthy at any age, you just shouldn't be lazy. Take responsibility for your health and start following certain rules." "Tell me about these rules, please," the embarrassed journalist asked. That's when Akademician Bolotov began listing the rules he considers the key to a long and healthy life. According to the scientist, one should eliminate overeating, consume food in the right sequence, and eat properly. Most diseases start in the stomach and should be treated through it. If you fix digestion, you can restore your health at any age, the scientist believes. And now, in more detail. First, stop eating too much. Your stomach is the size of a clenched fist. That's the amount of food that should enter the body in one meal. Second, consume animal-based food in the first half of the day and plant-based food in the second. Be sure to supplement the menu with ferments, sea fish, mushrooms, and nuts. Season moderately with spices, horseradish, homemade vinegar. Eat with pleasure and without overeating. The scientist concluded, proper nutrition is healthy eating that ensures the growth, normal development, and vitality of an individual, contributing to the strengthening of health and disease prevention. Adhering to the principles of healthy eating, combined with regular physical exercises, reduces the risk of chronic diseases and disorders such as obesity, cardiovascular diseases, diabetes, high blood pressure, and cancer. For disease prevention, it is crucial to understand people's needs for essential nutrients, considering age, gender, and other individual characteristics of the human body, being able to determine individual dietary norms. Today, various rules and methodological recommendations exist, but it is essential to remember that each body is unique. The first rule is dietary variety. The daily intake of products should provide the body with all necessary nutrients. The well-established truth that vegetables, fruits, meat, and fish contain many beneficial substances, including vitamins, remains undisputed. On the other hand, sugar, jam, and flour-based dishes rank last in terms of these beneficial substances. The second rule is adhering to a meal schedule. Attempts to fast until dinner usually result in consuming the entire daily ration and a bit more during dinner, smoothly transitioning into the morning meal. After such a hearty dinner, one tends to lose appetite for breakfast, continuing the cycle. Try to break this pattern with an additional snack: an apple, raw carrot, vegetable salad for a second breakfast, and an afternoon snack significantly reduce hunger before lunch and dinner. The third rule is avoiding overeating. Try to break the habit of consuming everything on your plate. If, after a decent lunch, the desire for a tasty snack remains, try distracting yourself for 10 minutes. It's very likely that you won't want anything else after that. Refrain from indulging in aromatic fried dishes and eliminate spicy snacks and spices. It's better to boil or bake meat or fish with a small amount of salt and without spices. Experience shows that simple dietary adjustments are as effective as medications, which, by the way, should not be used without a doctor's prescription. Pay special attention to hydration. Both insufficient and excessive fluid intake are harmful. Drinking should match the body's loss, which is approximately 2 to 2 liters per day for an adult. Balanced nutrition should be based on the theory of a balanced diet and include the right meal consumption schedule. It is essential to know and adhere to these rules. Leading a healthy lifestyle also plays a crucial role in maintaining health. Increasing physiological and psychological activity, consuming a wide range of plant-based foods, and regularly cleansing the body are the fundamental principles of a wellness program. Suppressed grievances, anger, and other negative emotions undermine health. Clear your mind of thoughts about diseases and failures and program yourself for victory. Keep your head high and maintain optimism, regardless of circumstances, because a strong spirit contributes to a strong body. To preserve well-being and physical activity, it is necessary to carefully monitor one's condition. It is essential to identify moments of physical fatigue and allow oneself the opportunity to rest, changing the type of activity. For example, if a person has engaged in mental work, a good rest will be a work or light exercises. If the activity involved physical labor, simply sitting down, watching a favorite TV show, or reading a book can serve as relaxation. This approach allows a person to avoid chronic fatigue, feel satisfaction from their activities, and satisfaction with life in general. Proper nutrition and physical activity are the fundamental rules for robust health, essential for everyone. Thank you, Boris. You are my savior, exclaimed Anatoly at the end of the interview. Boris smiled kindly and replied, "No, Anatoly, you are your own savior. It's you who started following the recommendations without procrastination. So, thank nature and yourself for your recovery."